it's Christina Kasky with Forever Board Soapery, and today I am just wrapping some of my soaps that are ready. So I've got, this one is my Lilac in Bloom. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to give it a new name. Might get a new name yet, or I might just keep that one. I haven't fully decided, but it's my Lilac in Bloom. It came out not too badly. This one had kind of seized up a little bit on me, but it's looking pretty good. It's got the nice purple on top and throughout, so I've been pretty happy with that one. I'm not happy, however, with this plastic wrap. So I usually use Vita wrap. Just happened to be one that I could buy in large quantities, and it ended up doing the job really well, and I was really happy with it. But I ran out, so rather than running all the way to the city, I live about an hour away from Edmonton. Rather than driving into the city to get it, I decided to just try some cling wrap from my local market, and it's not the same. It doesn't feel sticky, like it doesn't feel like it's attaching well. Luckily, I put my labels on the back here and they kind of hold everything together, but I'm not convinced that these are going to hold well. And I'm also not 100% convinced that it's going to stay nice and tightly wrapped. I'm worried that it's just going to loosen. So far, I haven't seen it a bit into that, so I might just be overthinking it a bit here, but at the moment, I don't know, I just don't like the way it feels. So, and I'm still stuck here on not quite being able to afford working with obtaining the national shrink wrap system. It's definitely still my end goal. That's where I want to be. I just can't pull it off just yet. Hopefully before the end of this year I will have one and be a happy camper. But we're getting there, just too many other things growing at the same time that I just have to, money's better spent in other places still. But again, you know, if YouTube starts paying me, then I will put all of that money towards my national shrink wrap until I obtain one. But otherwise, it's in the cards. It's just not here yet. Definitely on the, I want it, I need it, all the good things. So we'll get there for sure. But for now, this is doing the job of what I need and making it so everybody can see my products nice and clear. I've definitely found my products seem to sell when people can actually see the designs on the bar. It makes all the difference. If they're looking at the other side, or it's covered by something or whatever. I'm just finding that the sales aren't there, but in the stores, my store, me at the markets, and the stores that choose to display them with the designs forward, the sales are much better than the ones who are choosing to display them with the labels forward. The designs and the beauty of the bars really draws people in, and that's what they seem to be looking for, which is awesome. I think I talked a little bit in my last video there about how I was taking this course on business planning and all that kind of stuff, which I think is going to be awesome. But one of the things it kind of got me thinking about last night was I need to decide what direction I want to go in this year. I know I want to do all the things. but I think I need to get a little bit more focused and a little bit more streamlined in what I want to accomplish now in the next 6 months, in the next year. Knowing that I have all these things I want at the end game, but I can't possibly do them all at once. I need to start streamlining my thought process a bit. And so I'm kind of trying to decide if, one, I want to focus on my retail space, so getting bodies coming in the door here at this location, and enough bodies coming through that I can justify a larger location at some point, and all that kind of stuff. Or if I really want to focus more on staying at this location, potentially, or something similar, and focusing on wholesale and retail and other outlets. So yeah, I have my little retail space here and it's lovely, but not really needing it to grow or be bigger than it is. More so allowing my products to be sold in other retail locations. So I'm getting more sales in that fashion, more wholesale orders, more online orders with Etsy and Faire and on my website, and all that kind of thing. And I'll be honest, I've been stewing on it all day and just kind of like, what do I want to do? And I think my end result is I'd rather other people be buying my products and reselling them. I think that would be my focus, my primary goal. It may mean long term that this space doesn't suit my needs because I grow so much that there's just not enough space here. But I really think that that's my kind of my long-term goal, is to have wholesale customers who buy my products. I guess more of what I have. So right now I have some really good wholesale customers, some regulars that I really like working with. I just want more of them. And then I have some retail outlets. They all are a little bit different. Some of them do commission, some of them buy from me wholesale. The commissions may vary. Some even charge rent for their spaces. I will be honest, the rental ones I think I'm going to move away from. I don't find my product has a high enough price point to be in a store that charges rent, and be able to cover the costs of the rent itself. Like, it's not that the product doesn't sell, it does. It's just, if I'm in a store that has hundreds and hundreds of other products, then, you know, it depends on what their traffic and things are like. So, you know, if I sell 4 or 5 bars of soap and that's kind of what their customer flow is, then it's not really justifying paying rent for that location. However, paying a commission on the 4 or 5 bars that sold is totally makes sense to do that. So I am leaning towards kind of moving away from those types of stores and focusing on commission-based retail outlets, wholesale outlets, being the number one priority for sure. They would be a preferred customer, anybody who's buying wholesale. What else? Yeah, and just retail online. I'd love to see my website doing a little bit more as well. That's something that when I met with the mentors last night that I definitely talked about. A lot of the mentors really didn't have a lot of knowledge when it came to website. There was one gentleman, I think, who had a strong grasp of the IT side of things. But when we talk about marketing and having the right pictures or the right design of your page to draw people's attention in and getting them clicking and getting them buying and all that kind of stuff, I don't know if any of the mentors really had that. One maybe kind of had that specific thing, and she was one of the ones that I had chosen to work with. So hopefully she has the experience I think she might have. Another one didn't necessarily have the website experience per se, but her marketing understanding of what a customer is looking for, how to find your target audience, how to market to that target audience, when to run your specials and your sales, and you know, how far ahead of the Valentine's Day do you run a sale? What kind of sale should you be running for Valentine's Day? Those types of things. She definitely had that knowledge. And I think even that knowledge would be a huge help with regards to the website, in the sense that, you know, she'll know what looks good, doesn't look good, what might draw customers' attention, what might not. And marketing, like sales and things like that. I think she'll have that understanding. So I'd have a good chance, I think, of getting a lot of good information from her. She may not be the perfect person to be like, put the click button here. But I think she'll definitely have a lot of great insight on what I should be doing there. So here's hoping that works out. But I definitely want to see more on the website. I feel like it's getting a lot of hits, guys. Like a lot of hits. But the sales aren't matching what those hits are. Like there's definitely a gap there that I need to fill. So we'll figure it out one day at a time. I keep trying to remind myself that, you know, I was kind of just doing my thing from home and selling at markets and kind of running, no big deal, just doing my thing sort of thing, right? To all of a sudden, December 1st, I decided I'm going for it. I'm going to have a retail space and I'm going to do this thing. So it's only been 3 months that I've been working on this. So I think I'm doing pretty darn good for only being 3 months in. I've got a retail space now. I'm online. The presence is there with my website, Fair and Etsy. I've got my YouTube channel going. I've done a lot here in the last 3 months. So pretty happy with where I'm at the moment. And I just get excited about wanting to do more and grow more and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna try and have this guy on the website for you, if she's not already there. She might already be there, actually. I've got it in my head that I did a pre-order for this one, so she might already be on there. But I'll double check that and then try and have this one on the website for you. So if you're watching the video and you want the bar, you'll be able to just go and grab it. You don't have to wait for me to eventually get it on the website. It will hopefully be there ready for you. And then what else is doing exciting? I don't know. I think I have a long weekend this weekend. That's new and exciting. The kids don't have school on Monday, if I remember correctly. So that will be awesome, if I'm right. And then we get a week off just before Easter. And then we come back and have the Easter long weekend. Got lots of days off when it comes to school bus driving. I'll still be here in the shop, but with regards to school bus driving, I have lots of days off, which is kind of awesome. It's sometimes nice to sleep in just that little bit extra. And honestly, it tends to be more of the break in the day. So I get to putter here a little bit longer. I don't have to rush out, which is kind of nice. If there's some projects I want to get done, which there's a lot I want to get done here in the next couple weeks. So I'll have that ability to stay a little longer and not be limited on what I can and can't do. Like this afternoon, what time is it here? I'm at 1:50, so it was about 1:30 when I started this. So I gotta leave here at about 2:30 is when the shop closes. So only having an hour doesn't really give me enough time to start new things and stuff. So this is a good project for that hour, just to fill in the space and not be in the middle of making some soap or whatever during that time. And yeah, I've been watching some YouTube here again today, just watching Mrs. Soap and Clay, and I've been watching some candle makers as well. The Black Tie Barn and this Up Vibe, Mr. I don't know what his name is on Up Vibe, but he's very energetic, that fellow. Get you going, that's for sure. But he has some great information. So as energetic as he is, the information he provides, I've been really happy getting some great stuff from him. So I've been enjoying watching him. And then who else have I been watching lately? I think that's really it. Nobody really new. A little bit of royalty soaps. Kind of, I don't know, I haven't been watching as much of royalty soaps lately. I don't know why. I think I've been more on the educational videos than just watching soap being made lately. And then when I am watching just soap being made, there's I can't remember what her business name is. I think it's Acrylic. There's another lady I started watching, and it's more like newer businesses that I've been watching and just kind of seeing how things are going for them and growing. Probably similar to what you guys are doing here, watching me do all the things and stuff. I just like watching and seeing what other people are doing and making, and you know, what kind of markets they're attending or retail spaces they're working with and all that kind of stuff. Has been awesome. These soaps definitely smell very springy. This is the kind of soap you want in the spring, I'm sure. Just very beautiful. I'm actually quite shocked on how low of stock I'm getting on everything again. I feel like it's been fairly quiet this last few months, but it's also the people who are coming in and buying are actually buying a fair amount when they come in. So it's really working out to be low traffic volume, but their purchasing power has been really nice. So that's why I'm running out of things and stuff. And I still am not making very large quantities of the things and stuff either. That's definitely a thing. My soaps, I'm doing fairly large batches. I'm pretty happy with where I'm at on those, but like the bath bombs, I can only do so many in my mixer, and then it starts falling out the sides, so I can only do so much there. Sugar scrubs are pretty much the same thing. I can only do so much at a time. I have upped the volume though on those, but I can't remember what it was. I was doing like 6 was one batch, and I'd often double the batch and do 12. Well, I'm doing like 24, 26 or something now at a time. And I'm like, I still have stock here, but I'm getting dangerously close to needing to make more again. Because the whole point was to have a stockpile of it. So if somebody put in a big wholesale order, I would be potentially okay to fill it, but And that's not the case now. If somebody puts in a big wholesale order, I'm making more. No questions asked. But that's okay. At least I can do that. I can turn those around in a couple days, no problem, and have them out probably in the mail on day 3 or 4. So that's nice. But I think I've shown you guys this before, but I just use my cling wrap, and then I just do my heat gun to shrink wrap it down so it gets a nice smooth finish there. And she looks gorgeous. I do my samples as well, and I handle my samples in a few different ways. One, I usually will give it to customers. If they come in and say they don't buy soap, maybe they buy lotion and bath bombs and all the things and stuff. Or jewelry or something like that from one of my other vendors. What I'll do is I'll give them a sample of the soap so that they can go home and try it. So maybe they'll come back and buy some more if they love it. And then I also have little sample packages of 5 where you can actually just buy a sample pack of 5 different soaps, test them out, smell them, all that kind of stuff, see what you like and don't like before committing to a full bar. So I give that option as well. I see somebody doing it. I think a couple of my YouTubers do it on their websites, that they'll sell the sample packs. And I'll be honest, I thought, who the heck is gonna buy sample packs? I personally wouldn't, but there are a lot of people. Like I bet you I've sold, I don't know how many I put out there, but I sold half of them already. People are definitely interested in the sample packs, and not just like I had a lady in the other day, she grabbed a bar of rosemary soap and then she grabbed a sample pack so she could try the other ones and see which ones she liked the best. I thought that was pretty awesome. But lots of people seem to be enjoying the sample packs, which is great, and I'm kind of happy to hear it, and it's an awesome way to test them out and see what works. Which is perfect. I have to do labels for these guys. I have to make new ones. Every time I do my labels, I feel like they're always just evolving a little bit further. Trying to get my French information onto all my packaging. I'm kind of slack with that. I think everybody has it now. I just double check them as I make them, and if they don't have it, then I make sure it gets added, sort of thing. But I think I've got it on everybody now, so that that's there. I think I mentioned it in a previous video. I had an order head out to Ontario, and I thought, oh, I need to be on this, you know. We're kind of slack about stuff like that, I think, in Alberta in general. But it is a requirement in Canada that you have certain amount of French information on your products, because we are bilingual. And so yeah, I need to start making that happen. So I've been actively trying to make sure that it's on everything. I don't know if I mentioned it either, now that I'm chatting. I was talking about maybe doing some showing this year of our goats because nationals were coming. We have decided, unfortunately, not to do that this year. We just haven't been able to pull off the time with the new shop, and my husband hasn't been super healthy here the last few months. We just haven't had the time to get the breedings done the way we want them to. We've had some concern that we're only going to get busier and may not be able to handle all of our goats being bred at the same time and having to be milked and babies fed, bottle fed, and all the things and stuff. So we decided not to do it this year. Sorry, my alarm went off there. we're still gonna breed. We're just breeding a couple at a time is all. We're not gonna have a whole bunch bred at the same time, which is what we normally do. The only reason we were gonna breed so many at once was for showing. And we've just decided that we just can't pull it off this year as much as we want to. So that kind of sucks because they're doing classification at one of the shows this year, and they're doing nationals at K-Days this year. So it's kind of a bummer, but oh well. We'll see. We might have one or two potentially that can show if I really decide I want to do it. They might be ready, but I don't think they will be. I think they'll just not gonna be in the cards for this year. I'll try and do a video for you guys here in the next couple weeks as well, so you can meet some of the goats that offer me the goat's milk. I just haven't been spending a ton of time out with everybody. The pigs have been getting a little bit of attention, but they've also been demanding it. When I get home, I get a trail of little piglets come screaming and oinking and doing their thing, making me come in and say hi to them. So I have a tendency to get them their love because they're always asking for it. The goats don't really seem to ask for it. When they're babies, sometimes they do, but otherwise they're not really interested in, they'll take any love I'm willing to give them, but they don't seem to bother me too much about needing the attention from me. And I suspect that's just because there's so many of them right now. They're all keeping each other very well entertained. I think you guys kind of got the gist of what I'm doing here today, just wrapping away. After I'm done these, I have to do up my dishes because my alarm went off to do my dishes. Do my dishes, and then 2:30 I'll be here in no time, and I'll be off to drive the school bus, take all the kiddos home, and then tonight I think I get to relax and I don't think I have anything going on. Yay! So I'll just have a nice calm night tonight, and then be back to the shop tomorrow to do some more making. We'll see what I end up doing first thing. I'll let you guys go for now, and we'll talk to you soon.